Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and here I am with no makeup on my face, and specifically no makeup on my brows, because I'm here to talk about my current brow routine, and that is everything from brow care, to brow makeup, to brow tweezing, the whole shebang. So let's get started. About 6 weeks ago, I started using this fabulous product called Rapid Brow, and this is a brow growth serum. I kind of had little faith in this product when I first started using it. I wasn't really sure that it was gonna do anything. I just wanted my brows to look a little bit more. And so I just picked it up. I thought, you know, what the heck, let's try it. And I used it for 6 weeks, and I can confidently tell you that for me at least, it has worked really well. Hopefully I can find on my computer some footage of me with no makeup on before I started using Rapid Brow, so that way we can compare before and after. And I have again been using this for about 6 weeks, and I will say that my brows used to be pretty patchy through here and here and here and everywhere, and they're not perfect yet. And I don't think they'll ever be 100% perfect, but they are like 1,000 times better than they were before I started using this product. And by the way, this is not sponsored. I have not contacted them, they have not contacted me. I just really have used their product and I really like it. Although, hey, Rapid Brow, if you're watching this video, hook a girl up. So that's my spiel on brows. If you have patchy brows and you want to try to use something to regrow them, I would definitely recommend this. Where I buy it, I think it's $39, which is not inexpensive, but it could be worse. So let's talk about tweezing. So I don't wax my brows, I don't thread them, I just tweeze them myself. I like to keep the tiniest, most needle nose point pair of tweezers I can find, just so I can be as precise as possible. This pair actually came with a package of individual lashes that I bought one time. I have no idea, probably Ardell's, I'm not quite sure. But they are just the perfect tiny pointy tweezers, and let's get to tweezing. So when I'm tweezing, I like to have as much light as possible, so I usually will sit right here in front of all my studio lights after I'm finished filming or before I start filming a video, just so that I can have as much light as possible. Also, tweezing your brows in the car, not while you're driving, but in the car in the sunlight is really nice because you get a lot of natural light. So for my brows personally, I don't follow like these rules. If you want some guidelines to go by, most people say from the corner of the nose up, from the side of the nose out, and from the tip of the nose through the pupil is where your front end and arch should be. I think just step back, look at your face, and you can pretty much see where your brows are supposed to be. I don't take off a ton, I just grab a few from underneath that I don't want, and just anything that grows here where it really shouldn't be. And I let my brows be pretty natural now. I used to tweeze my brows up pretty high, just to get a thinner look. I was doing that about a year ago. You can see in my videos my brows were a lot thinner and a little bit more arched, but now I let them be a little bit more of a natural shape. So I use these tweezers, and just from the center I will just grab anything, and I always pull in the natural direction of hair growth. And pulling in the natural direction of hair growth is going to make it not hurt as bad when you are tweezing, but it will also help it to grow back properly. If you tweeze against the grain of the hair, sometimes it will start growing in a weird direction or sticking out. So you just want to kind of go as naturally as possible, and I do take out a few just from the top of this brow because it grows a little bit higher than this one does. But you just want to kind of figure out what your brows need and stick to that. And then from underneath, I don't like to make mine in a complete straight line just because I like that more natural kind of fluffy appearance on my brows. So I just grab every other hair so that it's not too perfect, but it is cleaned up. Although I will say I'm lucky to be blonde, because when my brow hairs grow back in, you can't really notice them that much, so I don't have to tweeze as often as people with darker hair do. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for tweezing on my brows. Some people then like to use the little tiny brow scissors and just kind of trim up around the edge, which is totally fine. My brows don't really need that often. I don't really do that but a couple times a year just when I have something crazy going on, but for the most part, I leave it there. So as you can see, it's a little bit red around the brow area, so then I just like to put on a little bit of oil. Right now, my oil of choice is the Origins Plant-Scription Youth Renewing Face Oil. I think this has been in 3 videos over the last couple weeks. I just put a drop of that on my fingertips and kind of put that under over and in the middle, anywhere that I tweezed. And that just helps to soothe the area. And then I like to take it over the brows because I'm sure that the sweet almond oil in that is probably good for my brow hairs. After that oil has been massaged in and has had about a minute to sit, I then like to use my Rapid Brow. At night, I put this like all over my brows, back comb, get all up in there, make sure it's nice and everywhere. But in the daytime, if I'm going to be applying brow product over it, I just brush it through one time. And again, I use this as part of my skincare routine, and I let that absorb completely before I apply any brow products. So my Rapid Brow is dry, my face is put on for the day, and I've just left off my brows. I haven't done anything to them yet. And if you like what's on the rest of my face, of course it will be linked in the description box below, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about brows, and here is some concealer. So normally I don't conceal like around my eyebrows like to sharpen them or anything, but just because there is a little bit of red from tweezing, which can happen, I'm just gonna grab a little bit with my fingertip and put as small of an amount as possible just to get that red covered. I don't want to sharpen up my brows too much, but just cover up that red. And then I'm just gonna set that with a little bit of powder foundation. All right, so all that redness is concealed and set into place. Now let's move on to brows. So you are probably all very, very familiar if you watch my videos with my favorite brow product. This is Lancome Le Sourcil Défini in the shade 102 Medium Ash. These did get renamed, and I believe it's 04 Châtain is the new name. I just still have the old one because I bought like 3 of these last time I made a purchase for them. And then you also know that I have really been recently liking the Maybelline Brow Drama in the shade Blonde. I'm gonna use both of these today. Sometimes I use just one or just the other, but I do love the combination of both. So my brow look can vary depending on how I've done the rest of my makeup, but for every day, I just like to fill in any gaps or spaces and then set them with the brow gel to get them looking as fluffy and as volumized as possible. So starting with that pencil, I just like to get a little bit of the pencil out, brush my brows through with the little comb, and then I like to start right here with this little gap that has not grown in yet. And then this part across the top where it dips. But you'll see I definitely don't color in my whole eyebrow. It's just anywhere where there's not as many hairs as there is everywhere else. And then just strengthen this line across the top. And if you ever go overboard, I just like to take the pencil, the brush side of the pencil and comb through. Another one of my big tips for doing brows, especially filling in brows, is have 2 mirrors. Have one further away, usually your bathroom mirror or whatever mirror is a little bit further, and then also have a hand mirror so you can really see what you're doing. But if I just use the hand mirror, I find that I go a little bit too full on. So being able to stop and look away and look at the big picture helps me not to put too much on. So this brow used to be my bad brow, but now I don't have a bad brow. Both my brows need pretty much the same amount of work. So that is the brows with just pencil on. Again, this is Le Sourcil Défini from Lancome in the shade Medium Ash. I have used this pencil for over a year now. It's my favorite. In the past, I've used Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is just as fabulous. I just like the color of this a little bit better. Other pencils that I like are the Benefit Goof Proof pencil, and they also have the Precisely My Brow pencil, which is really nice. And in the past, I've used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Brow pencil, but any of these super skinny pencils are really great for getting a precise but not overdone brow. So next I'm going to use my Maybelline Brow Drama in the shade Blonde. I absolutely love this brow gel. I will do a video in the future of me using just this product on its own, but since this video is all about brows, I wanted you to see the everything start to finish. So now I'm going to go ahead and use this. I really like the spherical applicator. It kind of gives me 360 degrees of use. And I just like to brush the brows out in the natural direction of hair growth, but sort of up. So these ones here go straight up, these ones here go out at a 45-degree angle, and then out here, these ones kind of go straight out. And that just helps to hold the brow hairs into place and make sure that they don't get kind of crazy throughout the day. And it also deposits a little bit of extra color, and it volumizes the brows because it's a moussey texture. You could do this with clear if you prefer. And that's that. Those are my brows done. That is my whole brow routine from start to finish, including care, tweezing and shaping, and product. So I hope that you all enjoyed this. Again, everything that I talked about today is listed in the description box below for you. So if you wanted to check out the brow drama, the pencil, or even the brow, rapid brow, which I totally recommend to like 99% of people, unless you're Lily Collins, then you probably don't need this product, Lily. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below with your favorite brow product because I'm always looking to try new things. And I will definitely check all those out. I love reading your comments. And I guess that's everything. Follow me on all my social medias if you're not already. I'm at JonJonTalks on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and you can also check me out on Facebook. I have a link for that down there as well. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, click on my face now. I post a video every Monday and Thursday. I've gone back to that schedule. I had been kind of higgledy-piggledy here and there for a while, but I'm now back on the Monday, Thursday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, follow me. Make good life choices, and I'll see you next time. Bye.